fiber, fish, and fallacy. Right.
And Leslie F. Bonci.
Thank God you didn't. You just said F.
I just said it, yeah. Leslie Bonci, literally one of our favorite guests of all time. Not just saying that, you know her because she has been on this show multiple times. She has the Steve Martin jacket, we think. And today she is fashioning her orange Why the glasses, Leslie?
You know what? Because
Halloween?
it's Halloween. Pumpkin glasses. There we are. It's orange. I'm vintage. I'm old as dirt, you know. And it's Halloween. It's witch, or change the first letter to whatever it is. So there we are. So
there we are.
You're good.
What I love is that you told our entire team, you said, look, we're doing a demo tonight. And they all were like, okay, salute. We got you.
So we found the dirtiest table we could find hanging out here. And here we are. Thank God we're not eating of it. So just in case somebody doesn't know, Leslie, you've worked with the Steelers, you've worked with the Kansas City Chiefs, you work all around the world helping athletes and professionals and people just like us trying to figure out all these, whether it's a cabbage diet or whatever the stupid things are, right?
Yeah, you know what? And it at the end of the day, it's about eating. Right? It's only food if you eat it. Otherwise, it's not. And when we just make ourselves crazy with all of this stuff, we are not moving the needle to health. So this is it. Bring back the health. Bring back the sanity. Bring back the eating.
And you always say no guilt. No guilt. I love the fact that when you're working with Leslie, she'll let you even eat cookies. But today we're talking about fiber, fish, and fallacy. So tell us about fiber.
Okay, so one of the trends right now is fiber maxing, which, I mean, to me, that just sounds dreadful. It's like, oh my God.
Dreadful.
No, how much are you putting in and then what happens, right? Yeah. So you have to have enough. You do. And most people aren't. So, basically we look at about 90% of the population is not getting the fiber that they need.
Okay.
That does not mean, however, that you sit down to huge amounts. You kind of have to do this gradually. But where do you get the biggest bang for the buck? So high fiber cereals, yes, that's a great one. Beans, this is the year of the pulse. Ba-bum, ba-bum, there it is. Eat the beans, they're good for you. And even pumpkin, not just the word pumpkin, is very high in fiber. This is a great food.
Even though it feels squishy, it's high in fiber.
It's a squishy fiber, but it's the fiber. And prunes, so these are kind of these things with fluid. So it's F and F together. You need the fiber, you need the fluid. If you do, things go the way they're supposed to. Literally. But not only that, it really helps with health. It helps to control blood glucose, it helps to control blood cholesterol, and it helps to control appetite. So that's 3 pluses right there.
Okay. I like
fiber
it.
mass.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right,
fish.
so now,
Fish. So it's kind of this acronym SMASH, and it is salmon, mackerel, anchovies, sardines, and herring. Big five.
I'm going to die, really.
Right. Now listen. It could be fresh salmon, but not always, because who has the time or the money? So, you can buy something in a can. This works. Don't pick them off the pizza. Eat them. It's good for you. These are affordable, non-perishable, but these kinds of fish, these fatty fish, for your heart, for your eyes, some new research on brain health. We all need to do that, is train it. Otherwise, we drain it. Not good. Keep it intact. Really important. And if you can't, because I see your face just going, oh my God, this is a...
Leslie, I have PTSD from my mother making us eat salmon patties in macaroni and cheese.
Tell her what my rescue is in my bag.
Yeah, salmon. She has rescue salmon in a bag.
No, I don't. I have rescue tuna in my bag always.
But this is the salmon. And if you can't, because, I'm getting the feeling you can't, is that you can do this with a fish oil capsule.
So they're for real?
Thank God. Okay. Yes, that is for real. You're not getting protein when you do it that way, but you are getting the benefit of the omega-3s. So that works.
Am I going to stink like fish when I go out on a date on Friday night?
No, you're not.
Who is
I promise.
I don't even know what's happening right now.
You will not. You will not.
So are you saying, though, before, I know you have more to get to, but if someone were to take a supplement, because we've talked about supplements in the past, you don't always... If someone doesn't tell you to take B, or somebody doesn't tell you to take something, don't take it. But in this case, you're saying this is something.
Interestingly, the studies that have looked at this is even people that are eating these types of fish 3 or 4 times a week, it's not enough to get the levels up to where they need to be. They've done a lot of studies in athletes and the military. They're not having enough. So the fish oil, because it's concentrated, yes. Now, you don't get the protein when you do this, but you do get this benefit. And if you really can't tolerate it, John, I'm telling you, you can do this.
It's always about John.
See, problem solved. And you didn't have to eat something you don't like with no nightmares. All good.
I appreciate
He's like,
that.
do they make chocolate chips with
fish oil, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't want that.
I like the chocolate day. Yeah, it's a
And so what else?
Oh my God.
And then are we myth busting?
The fallacy. So apple cider vinegar. This is the thing. People are taking shots of this. God only knows why. But, they're taking this because it's supposed to burn fat. No, it does not burn fat. It might burn a hole in your esophagus if you have a lot of it. There's nothing about this that is burning fat. And as a matter of fact, a big study just came out to indeed say that no fat burning. So
what
if you want to
people
use this,
think it would burn fat?
Because it's so acidic. Like surely, if you want to burn fat, take hydrochloric acid. You'll be dead, but you might burn some fat.
Hashtag you'll be dead.
It just doesn't work.
Disclaimer on the bottom of that screen. Don't do it.
That's right. Death. Anything with a skull and crossbones.
Now,
and
this has been known for in all seriousness, I've been very vocal about pooping. And so for a while, it was take this. Yeah, I know you. But it was just I forget how much of the apple cider vinegar.
Yes.
It was doing, like you said, I would drink it and go, ugh. And my husband's like, why are you doing that? I don't know if it's really helping, but if it's telling me it's helping, let me do it. Like you said, if you're not noticing results, why in the hell are you doing it?
What? Yes, that's part of it. If you want to use it, there's no calories in that, so that's great.
Sure.
Put that on your salad, bravo, fine.
Yeah.
Or make a potato salad and use vinegar instead of using mayonnaise. You'll save calories.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, is it going to control your blood sugar? Is it going to do all these other things? It is not. And for some people, this is acidic. So, what's that? Ulcer. Unintended consequence. We don't really want that kind of thing happening.
It is so true.
Yeah.
Leslie,
that
are always,
trick,
So just so people know, when you're talking about high fiber, how much should they be having of this?
So if we are under the age of 50, for men, it's 38 grams of fiber a day. For women, it's 30 grams. So not small amounts. And over the age of 50, for men, it is 30 grams. For women, it's 21.
How hard is it to really consume that much in a day?
It depends upon what you pick. So for instance, high fiber cereals, there's 18 grams in a serving of this. So that's a bar.
Blueberries,
right? Blueberries, all fruits and vegetables do. All the beans do. Ideally as part of every meal with fluid, because otherwise things sit there, and that's not good. And people malign the white potato. A white potato and sweet potato have the same amount of fiber in them. It is the flesh and it is the skin, both together. Mr. Potato Head, the only food toy, the only one. I'm not parting with
Leslie.
that.
We just need you to come on every single week.
I'm
not kidding. I say this all the time.
Always good. The most practical, healthy person I've ever met.
Remember whenever we were doing the thing we were doing, we won't say it.
Right.
And it worked and we're happy with it. But you said there's no such thing. She came on with us. She said, that's not true. That's not what you did. And we were like, okay, well, it worked. So we're happy.
We told her we weren't allowed to even use...
Give me a pen. Let me burst another bubble.
Right. We said, Leslie, during the process, we weren't allowed to even use soap. She's like, what?
She was so mad at us. She's like, you fools. Yeah. So, but you put things into perspective and it helps us because it is true. You don't want to starve yourself. What's the line you always say? Don't starve yourself.
Yeah. You don't want to be fooled. You want to be fueled.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. It is permission, not omission.
And what's the line you use around the holidays about the cookies and everything? Like, don't starve. You don't cheat. There's self.
I forget. You're calling her out.
Let me slap your hand if you've had 5.
There's that.
It is why. Okay, so Halloween is coming, right?
Yes.
Who is going to be giving out kale to children? Because if you do, I guarantee you, your house is going to be
no one's
egg
coming
bomb,
back.
toilet paper.
And eggs are expensive these days.
Right. Forget it.
Don't get her started on the economy.
This is so cool. All right. Do you happen to have a junk drawer item for us?
She's like, John, it's salmon in my pocket.
Yes.
So, a pumpkin candle.
Oh.
Yes.
Very nice.
Ooh, and very lovely.
I love this. Somebody's problem. There we go.
I will put this on a hat, Leslie. It is always
hit her
good.
with the vintage question.
Vintage question of the day. Rory Condon vintage question of the day is: what is the one vintage item you would want to make sure you had from your parents' house from a kid?
My parents had this really cool thing. It was new tone, and you turned the dial, and you could put your blender or you could put the mixing bowl in there, and it just did its thing. And Fred and I were in Columbus, Indiana this summer at this well-known architect's house, and he had one there. It's like, oh my God, it's back again. So that's what I would
Leslie
want.
Bonci, it's John and Rachael, YaJagoff Late Night. Tell everybody, where can they find you and follow you for more tips, tricks, and amazingness?
My website is activeeatingadvice.com and Instagram, Bonci All J. On Facebook, Leslie Bonci. Everything rhymes. Dr. Seuss of nutrition. I have a ball.
Hilarious, sarcastic, smart. arse Leslie Bonci, and that's a compliment.
That's a compliment.
Yes. It's John and Rachel, YaJagoff Late Night.